true. Nervous, very, very dreadfully nervous, I had been and am. But why will you say that I am mad? The disease had sharpened my senses, not destroyed, not dulled them. Above all was the sense of hearing acute. I heard all things in the heaven and in the earth. I heard many things in hell. How then am I mad? Hearken and observe how healthily, how calmly I can tell you the whole story. Greetings, Poe fans and love letters to Poe fans. This is Carmen Bolden.
And I'm Jeanie Smith.
And we are the Poetastic Two. We want to welcome you to the Kickstarter launch party for Love Letters to Poe. And we are directly coming from under the floorboard with Mr. Poe himself.
Yes, he had to back us all the way, just like
yes,
we are all behind the Love Letters to Poe.
Yes, backing the Kickstarter.
Yes, we're so excited. It's happening.
Yes.
Today.
Live and in person. We have all kinds of wonderful guests and entertainment for you all day long for, what is it, 8 hours?
Yes.
8.
It's 12:30 to 8. So
Eastern time. Yes.
About, what, 6.5 hours maybe?
No, it's
7.
So yeah, let's not do math right now.
Yeah, it's too early. We're on Central Time, so it's too early to do math right now.
Exactly. So we are recording this, so you will be able to see this later on, and we'll probably break it into segments to really feature all of our guests today. So that's going to be exciting to be able to share that with you. We do have raffles. And definitely, if you pledge to the Kickstarter, you will be entered into the raffle, and that's going to be going on all day. With the people that are donating the books and prints and things, productions as well, we will, at the end of that person's segment, do the drawing of the name for that person's donation. And so some of the ones that we're going to be doing from 1 to 1:30, Sarah Crokel Smith is donating to a digital copy of her 2 books, The Haunting of Orchard Hill and The Haunting of Willow Creek. A.A. Rubin from 1:30 to 2 is donating a print, Into That Darkness Peering, when he does his reading. Also, the Belladonna Invitation from 2:30 to 2:45, Rose Biggin. And so that's what she is donating for the drawing. Then from 4 to 5 in the tarot panel, Chris Walder is donating Unnatural Creatures. Maria de Blasi, who unfortunately couldn't be with us today, is still donating a copy of her Conversations with the Tarot.
Yes.
And then Susan Earlum is donating Dark is the Water.
Yes. And then we also have Jason Markiewicz, who will be doing a dramatic reading of his Telltale Heart, has also offered a signed copy of his CDs for his 3 Poe productions that he will raffle off to some lucky winner.
And what are those productions, Jeannie?
I believe they are The Cask of Amontillado, Telltale Heart, and our one and fond favorite, The Raven.
Yes.
Awesome.
And not Nevermore, though.
Not Nevermore.
At least today.
Yeah, it's Evermore today. Not Nevermore today. It's Evermore today.
Yes. And then what will be really fun as well, from 2 to 2:30, you have Jeannie and me doing Poe trivia.
Yes.
So,
get your thinking hats on, people.
Yes. Yeah. Get your Poe hats on and your knowledge, and be ready to go, because we have 30 questions. We are not sure if we're going to be able to do that, but we will explain how to get there later. If you look on our Twitter and Facebook for the 6 Degrees of Poe, the instructions are listed on there. It's also on our website, 6degreesofpoe.com.
Exactly.
And so, but that'll be a lot of fun too. So Jeannie, what else as I'm bringing up the schedule?
Well, we've got some great panelists. First of all, after us being the hosts, we're going to have our wonderful Sarah Crokel Smith and Janet Linton. They're going to be on here from 12 No, 1 to 1:30. Sorry,
Yes,
we're at
yes.
12:30.
Yes.
Okay, this Eastern Central Time has really got me mixed up. But anyway, so Sarah and Janet are going to be telling us all about the Kickstarter, which is the whole thing that we're here for. They're
Mhm.
going to show us some samples, and they're going to read them of what's going to be expected, what it has been from the different ones that's had the two. The first one was, what was it called?
A Toast to Poe.
Yeah, Toast to Poe.
Mhm.
And then the second one was the House of Us.
Houses of Usher.
Yeah, Houses of Usher. This one, of course, is the one that we are really pushing for, and it's all about, as you can see from my plank and my heart. I'm Vulcan
Yes.
today because my heart's on the right, so that's okay.
Yes.
But I have my little heart over here on the left, so that's
Yeah.
the Grinch part
But
of
you
me.
have a big heart, Jeannie.
Exactly.
You really do.
Well,
and
yeah.
you got hearts on your head too.
Exactly. I got hearts on my head, so I'm full of hearts. But they're going to be giving us all the things about why, you know, funding is needed, what it's
Mhm.
for, answer any questions that you may have concerning the upcoming release of the book, and including some wonderful knowledge about anyone that may want to submit their works
Absolutely.
for consideration into the book. So we're looking forward to hearing from them for that wonderful Kickstarter information, since we're launching in.
Absolutely. And what's really cool, if you notice on the schedule, we have the book covers, and Love Letters to Poe, A Toast to Poe won a Saturday Visitor Award last year. And so that's really exciting. And the Love Letters to Poe, Houses of Usher is nominated this year for Saturday Visitor Award in Baltimore at the Poe Fest this coming weekend. And so if you're in the area, definitely come by, because you'll get to meet Sarah. You'll get to meet meet me. Unfortunately, Jeannie can't make it.
No, not this time. Not this time.
But going back to the covers, they're absolutely beautiful, with Poe with his pen, and the first one is in that beautiful red. Houses of Usher is in purple, and then the new one with a Tales Torn from the Heart is in blue. And so you can't get them mixed up.
No, you can't. And it actually works out perfectly for it being blue, because I think about it, you get so sad and so blue when your heart gets broken.
Absolutely.
Especially if it's torn from you. So, you know.
And the pale blue eye.
Exactly. That pale blue eye.
Yes. You cannot forget that.
No, never forget that. So
and this schedule is also out on social media as well. So check it out. Making sure that, you know, if you can't make it all day long, we totally understand. It is a work day, but if you can, you know, pick and choose different segments, this is a way you can do that depending on what you want to hear and see.
Yes, and Sarah and Janet kicked it off for us this morning at 8 a.m. with their Kickstarter.
Yes.
I believe it was 8 a.m.
Yes.
I wasn't awake. Sorry.
Yeah. I was.
Yeah, I wasn't. I was like, nope, not getting up that early. But anyway, so on their Kickstarters, where you can do your pledging. And if you pledge, then you have the opportunity to receive some great rewards, which what Sarah and Janet will be discussing when they talk to us in the next half hour.
Yes. All right. So what we're going to do now is we're going to share the Kickstarter video, and let me pull it up on our screen. Give me just a moment. Got to make sure I have that open.
Yeah, got to get the technology
working with us. All right, here we go. So this is the video for the Kickstarter. And here we go. that video is amazing. I love the music with it. And I've already pledged, Jeannie.
Oh, you have.
I have.
Wow. Now you
And
put me on the spot.
I
so
know.
That's all right. I'll get there.
What's really cool though is you can choose paperback, hardbook, ebook. There's
Yes.
lots of different tiers, and Sarah and Janet will be going over that here in a moment.
Yes.
But I chose a hardcover.
I don't blame you.
I have paperbacks for the other two, but I got hardcover this time, and so I might actually get hardcovers of the other ones later.
Well, you need to. You
I
got to
know.
have them all. I mean,
I know.
I not only have hardcover, but I have paperback for all my Harry Potters.
Yeah.
I mean, but that's the book person in me. I just
Oh,
love
yeah.
the smell.
I do too.
They're different smells, whether paperback or hardback. It's like a bloodhound. You have to sniff them out.
I know. Well,
That's and one of the things that I love about this trilogy, these anthologies, not trilogies. Well, I guess it could be kind of trilogies, I guess.
yeah. But
We're
then
still
it would be
centered.
finite.
Yeah, then it'd be
so-
finite. But no, this is not finite. This is infinite, which is what we love the most about it.
Yes.
Because we all know with Edgar Allan Poe, and like we discuss on our podcast, The 6 Degrees, he connects to so much stuff.
Yes.
And he connects both to our imagination and our need to have more, even though he's long gone, unfortunately, or maybe not. You never know. He is watching over us.
This is true.
So, but with many people being inspired by, which you will see from the books, is getting us into more of an appreciation for Poe and his works and what we want to share and how we want to share how we are influenced by him, both in life, in imagination, in our works, whatever
Yes.
it is.
Absolutely.
And so we discussed that on our podcasts, but we were introduced to these anthologies where we get to see and read many people interpreting and sharing their love of Poe.
Absolutely. And their own imagination and taking Poe's works and making it their own. And I've read both of the anthologies, and just like on my little promo, it's hard to pick just one. There's poems, there's short stories, and they're all amazing. And, just when I think, oh, this might be my favorite, I read another one and I'm like, oh, wait, nope, I don't know. They're all good.
Yeah,
they're wonderful.
They are very much so. And this is going to sound really weird, but Poe had the first, in my opinion, fan fiction, because people were writing, taking who he had introduced us to and reverting it to their own world. I look at it from Sherlock Holmes. You got Dupin, who was the first detective. And so, and now we still continue to like to write fan fiction to show him how much we still appreciate him, even though he's not around us anymore.
That's true. That's true. So, speaking of all of Poe's works, so if you are watching the YouTube live, share with us some of your favorites. What is your favorite poem? What is your favorite story? Do you like a certain genre over another? Because Poe didn't just have horror, he had science fiction. A lot of his work is surrealist. What am I forgetting, Jeannie?
Well, he's a surrealist. He loves horror, science
fiction,
loves his science fiction. Yeah.
So share with us on the chat in YouTube, on our YouTube live, Poe Unplugged, and tell us, what is your favorite?
We all have our favorites.
Yes, we do. Jeannie, what's your favorite? I know it's hard.
Well, not really. I mean, if I look, for the different genres, for poetry, my favorite, and no, it's not The Raven like everybody else's, it's El Dorado. I just love his imagination. Like, he wants you to strive for what's out there, what you can achieve, not just whether you're looking for that pot of gold at the end of the rainbow, but just looking for that peace and that end where you can be happy with who you are. And that's why I love El Dorado. And then his short stories, The Telltale Heart, I guess, would have to be one of my favorites.
Yeah, me too.
I mean, I love The Cask of Amontillado.
That's probably my all-time favorite, but Telltale is like in that top 5, definitely.
Yeah, the thing about The Cask of Amontillado, I spend too much time yelling at Fortunato.
Yeah,
during the whole thing. It's like, I'm not supposed to be yelling at the book, but I can't help it.
Yeah, and just like on our talk about it before on Poe Unplugged, we've talked about that. Did Poe really give Fortunato an out? But then I kind of look at the cynical take of nope, he fell for it, hook, line, and sinker. Montresor was very manipulative.
Yes, yes, he was. And well, that kind of fit with the story too, because Fortunato, I guess in his own way, was his manipulation
Hmm.
that caused him to go to his manipulation.
Right,
But
right.
from our YouTube chat, we have Cirque Demonic.
Oh,
I
nice.
love the handle, by the way.
Okay.
Says that it's probably basic, but Annabelle Lee. There's nothing
Oh,
basic about Annabelle
that's in
Lee.
my top 5
I mean, come on.
poems. It and luckily I get to teach that one in the spring,
Yeah.
so it's amazing.
Yeah, and I mean, who doesn't actually remember having to memorize the poem of Annabelle Lee from like grade school?
Oh yeah, it
I
was
do. I
many and
stood
many a year
year
ago
ago
in
in this
this kingdom
kingdom
by
by
the
the sea.
sea.
All right, then we have Brad saying that it favors the black cat with apologies to my former black cats. Well, we appreciate the apology to those former black cats. And the black cat, I liked it, but I'll have to say, being a cat lover, oh, it tore my heart out.
Yeah,
I was waiting for that black cat's revenge so many times.
I know. I
I'm like, I
know.
wonder how that, it must be how the superstition started where they walk in front of you and it causes you to
We'll have to
be
look that up.
cursed.
Yeah, we'll have to look that up. Yeah, I love the black cat as well. And as you guys know, Poe the cat,
Hmm.
my Poe the cat, is our little mascot, and he shows up all the time, and he loves love letters to Poe.
Yeah. And Brad, it sounds like you are a lover of cats,
Hmm.
since you're apologizing to your former black cat. So, you're in right company here with the cat people. And then
Absolutely.
Tara says it's basic, but the Raven,
Oh
the
no, the
Raven, once
Raven,
again, is still not
it's one of,
basic.
yeah, it's one of my all-time favorites as well.
Yes, and as we discuss on our unbook club, as I
Yes.
like to call it, is that we've talked about many of these things, and there's so many times that even after we read it and we discuss it from
Hmm.
different points of view, there's always something new that we can find
Yes.
in it and discuss about it, and the Raven especially with the mythology that's backing into it.
Hmm.
So,
Hmm.
and then we have Holly, poem Alone, and the Bells. All right,
Oh yes.
being alone with the Bells, that's cool.
Oh, hey, we could come up
Yeah,
with a new one. There
exactly.
we go.
But the bells with like one of our words on Wednesday that we had was
Hmm.
tintintibulation.
Yes,
That
tintinabulation.
one.
Yes,
See, I mean,
that was
come
our
on.
first words on Wednesday, which we just launched for season 3.
Yeah, which comes from the bells.
Hmm.
And then alone. Yes, I mean, Poe definitely, he was always, in my opinion, the narrator. He never actually put himself in there, but he
Hmm.
was a part of the stories. And you really feel it, especially in his poetry.
Absolutely,
Like with
yes.
it alone, you definitely feel it.
Yeah, and alone is going to be it's October's Poe Unplugged discussion.
Mhm.
So go to our website under Poe Unplugged and register and come on with us and
Yes.
discuss it.
Yes. And then Sarah, our wonderful Sarah, who is joining
Yes.
us, she has a dream within a dream.
Ah, that's
I
one of my
mean,
favorite too. That was in my wedding vows, part of it.
yes, yes. And I can't think of that title without thinking of Salvador Dali. I'm sorry. It
Oh
just,
yeah,
I mean,
yeah,
just the idea of dream within a dream makes me think
yes,
of Salvador Dali.
yeah.
And then she says, as far as stories, The Mask of the Red Death.
Oh yeah, that's such a good one too.
Yeah.
It just it's hard to pick one just to
Well,
say all-time favorite.
this is okay. When I was still teaching during the pandemic, The
Yes.
Mask of the Red Death was one because I was like, we could
It's
actually
very
look at the,
apropos.
yeah, apropos, because the Black Plague, you got the pandemic now, so
Yes.
there's a lot of crossover of history because I taught American history.
Yes.
So
Yes.
then we also have Leela, yay! She says the Raven, the Telltale Heart, and the
Mhm.
Black Cat. So hey, Leela's got it all
Yes.
going on.
She
So
does. She does.
it's a wonderful thing that we can just choose so many different things
Yeah.
that we love most, so that crossover. Although I'm going to go on the limb here, and most of you that's been on the Poem Plugged with me
Mhm.
knows what I'm about to say,
Oh
but there
God.
is
Oh
one that
God.
I do not like and do not want to read ever again from Mr. Poe, and I don't know why it brought up such the hatred in my heart for this story, but some words
Do
with a
tell
mummy.
tell. your heart,
Yeah.
Jeanie.
Yeah, tails ripped from my heart. Got to rip my heart out if you make me read that story again. But I'm just saying. So yeah, Words with a Mummy. If you haven't read it, please go read it from Poe. And then, yeah, well,
Don't listen to Jeanie.
it's each person's own opinion, in my opinion.
I know it is. Well, and there are some stories that you are going to like more than others for various reasons. And I think too, some things when you read them, depending on how old you are, at what point you are in your life, they may be one thing when you're a teenager that's studying something of Poe in high school, but then as an adult, it comes to you in a different form.
Yeah,
That's what I love, because Poe always puts that out there for the reader to interpret things your own way.
Yeah, I mean, I remember reading it back when I was in high school, some Words with a Mummy, and I did not have such an adverse reaction as I did when I reread it this past couple months ago. And I was just so shocked.
Yeah.
But that's just like with Nathaniel Hawthorne and the Seven Gables.
We're not.
But anyway,
okay.
So then
Right,
JL Royce also says, Ulaloom, welcome to Lonesome October.
Yes. That's one of our favorites as well. And we have that on one of our pillows.
Yes. Ulaloom. I just love his words. Poe and his words. And I think that's what's lost in so many ways is the language.
Yes.
That Poe entreats upon us.
Yeah.
And like Ulaloom, Tintinnabulation, or whatever it is.
Yes.
I still can't say it today.
And there's so many different words that he uses, and just the craft, I'm going to get all English teachery here. Just the syntactic variety, the sentence structure, his grammar, his punctuation. I could go on for days about it, but I'm not, because we have other Poe things to discuss.
Yes.
But it's just melodic, everything he does.
And that's the one thing that really always intrigued me about Poe, because everybody is all about Shakespeare, and don't worry, I'm all about Shakespeare myself. But with Shakespeare, his is all iambic pentameter.
Yeah.
His is very straightforward. He has a language. He invented some of the words that we use today that most people don't realize. But at the same time, he wasn't as diverse because his was all about plays.
Yeah.
Whereas you could probably turn most of Poe's stories into plays. It would probably take you a while to do a playwright.
Yeah.
But he always wanted to give you that diversity in his writing. And then Jim Musgrave, bells, bells, bells. And also Berenice.
Oh, yeah, that's a good one too.
Yeah, no, Berenice does not get as much
street cred.
Exactly. Yeah. As it should.
I agree.
But bells, bells, bells. I mean, I love reading that during Christmas. I don't think
that one gets as much, street cred as either.
No, but there's so many that a lot of people, and a lot of it comes from what being as teachers that we are dictated to what we can teach in the classroom.
Absolutely.
What is protected, what's not.
Yeah.
But, we always bring in the norms, the Raven.
Yeah.
Telltale Heart.
Yeah. And that Telltale Heart's usually taught here in Tennessee in 7th grade, 8th grade. And I know just usually a lot of teachers will take kind of their own liberty to add in more Poe. I know our sophomore teachers are doing that this year with fear is the theme for one of their 9 weeks. But anybody else have any comments about their favorites?
Oh, Jim was a teacher as well.
Oh, awesome.
I see the word was too, Jim.
Okay.
So was that retiring, or is that just like me? I retired, but
yes,
some people haven't.
Yeah, no, like me.
Yeah, well, welcome, teacher.
I will be. It'll be a few more years.
Exactly.
I enjoy it too much, and age-wise, I've got a few more years, which is good.
Jim also says it's rare on the Pacific Coast that they get any Poe covered.
Oh, wow.
I know, that's
that's sad. That's very sad.
Yeah. So, well, hey.
Yes.
Maybe we will influence some people to branch out in
Absolutely,
that area.
Yeah.
But you never
Anybody
know.
else have their favorites?
No.
Okay.
No, that's it. So
Well, one thing, I don't know if you're gonna be able to see it or not. So the outfits that Jeannie, or the shirts that Jeannie and I are wearing, I made because I sew. If you're with us on Poe Unplugged, you'll hear me talking about that kind of thing. And so the fabric is the anatomical hearts. And then Jeannie has the floorboard with the hearts over on her right side. You can't really see that. We'll show a picture later because there we go. There we go.
Yes.
And then I went and had my nails done yesterday. And so she painted anatomical hearts. And I don't know if you can see this. It's going to be hard to see. My thumbs have Edgar Allan Poe's signature on it. It's a little decal. It's really cute. I don't think you could probably see that. But anyway, we are telltale heart immersed.
Exactly. We are all about the telling of the hearts.
Absolutely. And here in just a moment, Sarah and Janet will be with us, and that's going to be exciting to hear from them all about the Kickstarter.
Yes. And thank you,
Leela.
Good Lord. I've only had to say her name for the past year now, but I still get it wrong. I'm sorry, Leela. She loves our costumes.
Thank you.
Oh, thanks, Holly. Yeah, the hearts and the floorboard. Yep. I told her, I said, you're wanting me to be Vulcan. That's why you put the hearts on the right.
Yes. And then if my pendant, if it gets dark, it hopefully won't, because then will be like, where have we gone? But he glows in the dark, and I cannot wait to wear it to somewhere that he glows.
That's creepy.
Yeah, I know, but I love it.
I know. It's cool. It's creepy, but it's cool.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right. Well, we hope you continue to join us throughout the day here on our YouTube Live.
Yes, and we're going to go ahead and play that Kickstarter video again for anybody that missed it. So give me just a moment and I'll share my screen.
And then when we come back, you'll get to see and hear and talk with Sarah and Janet.
Yes, so here we go. All right, so definitely we'll be playing that video throughout the day. And just in case you missed it, it's also on our social media on Facebook and X. I keep wanting to say Twitter.
It's not Twitter anymore, X.
All right, so here we go.